Good morning, guys. So I actually just dropped my babies off. What is this? The Christmas time? Oh, that reminds me. There are a couple places that I want to go. So I just dropped the babies off at daycare. This place is really cool. It's only for the kids in the community, and it's 24 hours. Because I told y'all I still do want to get an au pair. I know that you know, Carter absolutely loves coming here because for whatever reason, they let her get away with murder. And you know what? I don't hate the player, baby. Carter said he hate the game, not the player, so I don't object. But she's the oldest kid there, so she kind of like runs the place. You can peek in there and see him. It's kind of peek through the window. I don't want her to see me though. Kenzo cut up a little bit when I was leaving this morning. I think I think he knows. Like I've been joking with him. Look at my babies. I've been joking with him, telling him he's gonna be a big brother. And I don't know. You've been kind of acting kind of salty with me lately, so I don't know. It's like he feels like something is up. Mommy, how dare you give up my youngest child's spot this soon? But it wasn't my fault. Yeah, it kind of was, I guess. I'm sorry. The best I can do is just hope that it's a girl. I feel like that's only fair. Carter doesn't care. Like Carter is gonna be the boss regardless, but I feel like it's only fair to Kenzo if since he couldn't be the baby for so long, because Carter is two and a half. So she would, she had her time as the only child, or as my only baby that I had to dote on. Kenzo, poor little thing, he didn't really have that much time before boom, now I'm pregnant again. So I just, I don't know. I feel like I at least owe that to him for this next baby to at least be a girl. So he'll still have his little special thing because he'd be my only boy. But anyway, let's walk and talk. I do have a couple things that I need to do, some Christmas shopping. So I dropped them off and realistically, I had some work to take care of today too. So I really didn't want to, I don't want to say it like having my babies is a burden, but I knew that I needed to be able to give my full focus and attention to the things that I needed to take care of. And like I say, I do also want to pick up a few Christmas presents. And Carter is like a detective. Like you are not getting anything by her. So even if I shop for things just for Kenzo, some kind of way she'll manage to use some Jedi mind trick and make me either show her what I'm getting her or I don't know. I don't know. I don't trust her. I don't trust her. That's just the bottom line. So I let them stay with Miss Nikki for a while, and they like I said, she thinks it's her place. She always comes home and talk about all of her toys at daycare, and I'm like, Carter, you know that stuff is not yours, right? And she's like, mommy, that's fine, but my toys, and she's like, let me just excuse your ignorance. I don't know where she gets that from. I really don't. I have no idea. But anyway, let's see what else is happening. I know it was somewhere I wanted to go. Um, I'm serious. It really is important. Really, it must be pregnancy brain because there was something really important that I knew. I was like, the second I get rid of the babies, oh, I'm sorry, drop my babies off, my beloved offspring off. I'm not. I don't know if I'm on an earshot. I can't talk bad about them like that yet. I told y'all I'm already on Kenzel's shit list. And this new baby Henley, she or he has been behaving this morning. I haven't had much morning sickness today. I'm getting closer to the end of the first trimester though, which honestly has meant nothing for me historically. But third baby might be the charm. This might be my good baby that follows all of the norms. But well, we a girl can dream. But what else is happening? I felt like when I started this, I had some sort of probably, I don't know, something that I probably shouldn't have been giving much attention to on my mind. And I'm honestly happy for forgetfulness in this moment because it was probably something that didn't, like I said, it didn't even merit all of that. Oh, that was so pretty. You saw that snowflake fell? I think that's perfect. Now, see, this is the thing, okay? Because everybody, it's easy to dismiss that sort of stuff as like, okay, what is this computer generated? They are timed to fall at a certain time frame or a certain rate, and see, yeah, I just fell again. It's evident or it's obvious that it's gonna happen. But listen, I say to this, I do not care. It still happened at exactly the time. And that does not mean that every single time a pixelated snowflake falls that a message is being delivered. But it does mean, you know what, sometimes little shit happens and it catches our attention. And a lot of times the things that happen, they are not necessarily pleasant. Sometimes it takes, for your car to break down, or your child to act out, or your husband to do something egregious, just whatever. Sometimes it really just is to get your attention and to be like, hey, I'm still here, I'm still running this shit, bitch. You might want to turn around and pay attention to something that really matters. And that's just really how I feel about it. So I don't know what else I want to say. I think that's really it. I think that's it. That's just truly it. Pay attention. Pay attention. My trigger words. I don't know how many of y'all saw what that is, the Winter Soldier movie. But you know how he had like those little words that just kind of like, I think it was Hydra put in his mind that like when it's happening, it's on. Stay focused on my words. That's my two words, and that's whenever something happens to kind of remind me that you need to pay attention, you need to stay focused. And when I say stay focused, I'm not talking about on no bullshit. I'm talking about on God. I need to pay attention to the one who has granted me life and is keeping my silly ass alive. Because oh my God, if I think back over it, and I'm not special, so I always say this. And when I tell my stories, it's only to be an example. It's not because I think that I'm any different. But when I look back at my life, I have been in some precarious situations, most of which, if I had control like that, I could say that I put myself in. Like stupid decisions yield really messed up scenarios, and I've not been a queen of making great decisions, but I can tell you one thing: it has certainly built character, if nothing else. Um, that's not an excuse. Don't do dumb things in the disguise under the guise of building character. Please don't do that. That's really it's. You don't have to always get burned by the fire to know it's hot. No, sometimes you can take you can take somebody else's experience and just learn from it. I promise you, that's a thing too. But what else? I just a moment of appreciation. This is my little. This I'm actually. This is just like a little spot that I put in the sky. Because I haven't fully committed to decorating for Christmas in my house yet. I know I looked at Facebook, keep you humble. They sent me a memory from this morning when I saw it. They sent me a memory from today. Hey, Samson. I can rest all my babies out too. I love that. Because my house, I couldn't have all these dogs and cats and stuff inside. But here, I had room for two more. But I was about to say, they sent me a picture to show that last year on this day, I broke down and decorated my house for Christmas, and I was like, I'm not doing it until after Thanksgiving. Well, this time I have more resolve, and I feel like this don't count because this is not my house. But I love it. It's peaceful for me. It's festive. I love lights. Lights, wanting to see lights got me in trouble before, so I decided to just just create my own little scene with my own lights, and then I can just mind my own business and stay to myself. And that's really an important thing for me. I need that. I need to value that more because it's not about being antisocial. It's not even the introvert in me. It's about really cutting out distractions. And a distraction could be anything, but when you recognize them, you do have to act accordingly. You can't keep making the same mistakes over and over and over and expecting grace. That's not how that shit work. That's really not how that work. We wouldn't take that. So how much less? See, they stand it. That's disrespectful, Samson. You ain't really have to do me like that. And I am with child. You need to be more careful. It's so funny though, when in real life, when I had my first baby, I had a pit bull named Diva. And I didn't know she was pregnant. It was so funny because she actually had her puppies like probably 3 or 4 weeks after I had my baby. So, and she lived inside, of course. She was an indoor dog, but the garage was the washroom. So that's where we had her set up with our puppies. So anybody, and you know how I was afraid though. Honestly, she never really shown me signs of aggression, but I knew she could be aggressive. And it was so funny because we would walk. I was huge with my first baby. And we would go for walks because my doctor told me I needed to do something. And she was so gentle. She was just like, I would walk on a leash and she would never, ever, ever pull me. She would like, if I slowed down, she would stop and look up at me like as if to ask if I was okay. And then when I had my baby, I would leave her in a, that's how I do with Kenzo now. I put her in like the little car seat on the kitchen table. And Diva would lay in front of the table as if I wish a bitch would. And then, like I said, when she had her puppies, she was in the washroom with them, and I'd go in there to wash clothes, or even, she'll walk out and leave them like as if to say, okay, you watch mine, I'm gonna go watch yours. And that's not fair because she had like six puppies and I only had one baby. So I don't think that was a fair trade off. But I do think that's so amazing. Those animals really are smart. Like it's incredible, the hearts and the minds. And I know it's all spirit law. They ain't really out there being like plotting on us. Although principles are made, and I do believe that some of them just are some no good ass bastards, just like some of these human animals out here. Because my uncle made a good point the other day. He told my sister-in-law, he's like, because I don't know if he mistook how she looked at him, but she looked at him when he said that we're animals. He was like, well, you can either be a plant or an animal, which, but you're one of the two. And that's true. So I say that to say that these human animals could learn something from our four-legged furry friends. But anyway, I don't want to drag this out. I feel like this is long enough. I've had fun. I do, like I said, want to go get some shopping done. It's still super early in real life for me. It's like 5:39, so I still got time before I got to start my walk and all that kind of stuff. I think I'm gonna work out in a VR today. I am gonna still go outside and do my walk, but I haven't done that. I haven't done that in a while. I got it charging right now because I usually just leave it ready for when my nephews come over, but I'm gonna do my exercise in VR today, so that'll be something different. But if I could leave y'all and myself for anything, anything, anything at all, I would say this: focus on what's important. There's a lot of shiny, shiny rocks out there, and I'm talking about whatever. I'm not throwing no shade. I don't mean nothing against nobody. Now, no, I'm gonna leave it like that. I don't mean anything against anybody. I really do mean that. Just be careful where you give your attention to. And I'm gonna give you a little hint. If you give your attention to anything, and this is only if if he don't want you, then that's another thing. But if he has decided that I'm talking to my fellow brethren out there. If he decided that you his, he don't really have a choice. It's like being in a gang, being in the most exclusive gang. I know, okay, let me tell this story and I'm gonna be done. I never told y'all about the time I accidentally joined the gang. It only occurred to me like in recent years, like, and we didn't call it, to be fair, we called ourselves the female mafia. And mafia was spelled with two F's because it was an acronym. It was for money always, for females, yeah, for females in action. And, I was in like eighth grade. I didn't know no better. All I knew is this what we was doing, and and to this day, I can honestly say, like, I don't really talk to none of my fellow, I'm not gonna say it was a gang. We were a crew probably, because we ain't do no crimes. But anyway, except against boys, that's a different story. That's a whole different story, and I'm gonna leave that alone. But they are all doing well. I could say that. I could say that. Like I can say, if I could take a moment, the ones that I do still know of, and they doing the damn thing, and that's yes, ma'am, girl power. But anyway, I was talking about the Lord. It's like when you make a decision that, what, I don't care what you've been doing, and he's proven that. He proved that with Saul. He proved that with, several of the instances, that if I decide you mine, bitch, you mine, I'm just gonna take over. Um, pardon my French, but fuck what you got going on, and you live it for him now. And that's really that. So I don't know. I feel like I didn't say that as clearly as I would like to have explained it. So let me express that more clearly. What I'm trying to say is, in certain situations in which it's been made clear that, you know, he rocking with you. It's really not nothing you did. It's not because you were special or anything like that. It's just he needed a vessel and he wanted to prove a point. So now he rocking with you. And with that, with that comes a certain liberty, with that comes certain perks. And one of the perks is protection. And that protection extends far beyond, any type of weapon as far as a sword or a car wreck or anything like that that might harm you. But I'm talking about mental protection. This world truly is fucked up right now. There's a lot of shit going on. I've been seeing so many stories about little kids committing suicide, because of the bullying. You see racial and social unrest. The political arena is a complete mess. Religion is a joke. You can't even look to say, okay, well, I'm gonna go to the. It's all a mess. Because the pastor cared more about his bank account than people's souls. So, as if he even knew what that was. But it's so I say that to say that when there is peace, and I'm talking about real peace, not drug induced peace, because you could pop a lot of pills, but you're gonna come down, and when you come down, life still sucks if that's how it is. But or smoke weed or do coke or do whatever. Because, I don't want to act like I'm coming down on no particular vice. That's not the case. Or drink, because that's another thing. That's way, since this pandemic, alcohol culture has become a thing. Like people, oh, I take a drink, I take a drink. But that's not healthy. That's toxic. There is absolutely no medicinal benefit to drinking. And like I said, do what you want to do. I'm just saying, let's not sugarcoat shit. It's harmful. Now, ain't nothing wrong with a little sip or a little swig every now and then. I'm not saying that. We adults, do what you do. But, or in my case, never mind. I was about to say in my case, or you had really cool parents. But do what you do, but just do it in moderation. That's my only advice on that. And especially don't do it to escape. Never drink when you're in a bad mood. But that's neither here nor there. The point is, when he's made a decision to say, you know what, you my child, I'm looking out for you. The same way we go, a good parent would go 1,000% for their own kid, for their offspring. Come on now, how much more the one who set that example, set that bar. And that's really what it is. So with that comes peace in the midst of the storm, in the midst of whatever you're going through, in the midst of financial turmoil, in the midst of physical abuse, in the midst of mental anguish, in the midst of, I'm trying to think of anything that people could come with to say, oh, well, you don't understand my situation because of X, Y, and Z. Because yes, nobody is special. We all go through the same things at one point or another. It might be dressed in a different coat, but it's the same experience. So that's why we don't have no excuse. So anyway, I don't want to carry this. I've been said that I was done. I guess I hadn't said anything of value up until this point, but I really am done now. Um, I wish you all the brightest of days. I know, like I said, sometimes shit sucks. Don't pretend, don't pretend, don't pretend. If it sucks, admit it. But just know shit gonna change. Just like the sun has risen and set every single day that you've been alive. Un- Unless you're in Alaska, I think. That's different. You know what I mean? No. The fact is, whatever you're going through eventually does end. Anything. That's for anything. So keep that in mind as we traverse through our paths. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Take care.